Hey everybody, I want to talk to you about a speech I heard, and Ray Lewis gave this speech. He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. When I first heard this the first time, I understood it, but I really didn't understand it until I heard it the second time. And when I heard it the second time, I understood what he was saying. And this is how the story goes. And I want you guys to listen to this. He said, this guy came to him and he said, man, I want to be the best. I want to be the greatest. I want to do this. And the guy said, okay, no problem. What I want you to do, I want you to come to my house tonight at 8 o'clock. The guy said, come to your house? He said, yeah. He said, do you know how to swim? The guy said, no, I don't know how to swim. He said, good, even better. Come to my house tonight at 8 if you want to be successful. And the guy said, okay. He showed up at the guy's house, right? And he walked him out in the backyard to the pool, and he told him, he said, so how bad do you want it? The guy said, he said, I want it really bad. And the guy said, okay. And he pushed him in 10 feet of water. And the guy was sitting there, and he was stroking. He was fighting the water, and he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing. All he wanted to do was breathe. He was taking in all this water, and all he wanted to do was breathe and get some air. The guy was choking in the water, and everything was cloudy. He couldn't understand. And he said, man, this dude is crazy. He just threw me in the water and tried to kill me. Then the coach looked at him and he said, look, when you figure that out, you call me. When you figure out what happened today, you call me. Because when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. The guy got up out the pool, dripping wet. He didn't know what was going on. So, he got his stuff, he got in the car, and he drove home. And the whole time that he was driving home, he was thinking, man, this guy is crazy. He tried to kill me. So he got in the house and he couldn't let it go. He said, man, this guy tried to kill me. He said, he asked me questions and all I could think about was getting some air. And he said, oh my God, I get it. At that moment, he gets back in his car, he drives back out to the guy's house, he knocks on his door, and he said, I get it. He said, when I was in that water, there was one thing on my mind, and that was getting some air, because I couldn't breathe. The only thing I wanted to do was breathe, nothing else. The coach looked at him and said, yeah, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. See, what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to break it down so you understand, okay? When you want to be successful and you want to be great at something, nothing else can be on your mind. The only thing that can be on your mind is training, working hard, pushing yourself. Nothing else can be on your mind. You can't be thinking about nothing. You can't be thinking about if I'm going to be the popular person in school. You can't be thinking about if I'm going to be the coolest person. You can't be thinking about nothing but wanting to train. You can't be thinking about partying on a Friday night. You can't think about, well, I need to go hang out with my friends. I need to stroll through the mall. See, that's time wasted. You got to be thinking about putting in the hard work. You got to be thinking about all the things that it's going to take for you to be successful. Then you will be successful. You have to want it. You have to want to be able to put in the time. See, a world-class athlete don't get to do those things. They don't get to watch the #1 movie. They don't get to go on that super vacation because they training. They putting in the work. So it was this time when this kid came to me and he said, Master Givans, I want to be successful. And I asked him a question. I said, okay, what time you get up in the morning to train? He said, I get up about 11. And I said, you don't want it. See, he said he wanted it, but he didn't really want it. Because if he wanted it, he'd have said, I'm up at 4 o'clock every morning putting it in. And then I would look at him and say, okay, that's a start. That's telling me that you want it. But getting up at 11 o'clock in the morning, that's not wanting it. When you really want to be successful, there ain't nothing else on your mind. Nothing. Nothing else is on your mind other than being successful. You know, you can't want to be the popular person in school. You can't want to be the best looking person in the school. You have to be the one that sacrifice all those other things and have one thing on your mind, and that's training to be successful. And to be successful, you got to put in that time. You got to work hard. You got to feel the pain. You got to feel the sweat. You got to understand that there's nothing that's going to be in your way, and there's nothing that can stop you. And all those distractions will stop you from being successful. See, you got to want to give up everything that you have to be successful and to train. Another thing that I want everybody to understand, okay? There is no guarantee that you're going to be successful, okay? There's no guarantee that you're going to win a gold medal. But the one thing that you want to do is you want to prepare yourself to be able to do it, to be able to accomplish it. And to be able to do that, you have to line yourself properly so that you can be the champion and be the person that you want to be. Again, you said you want it, but how bad do you want it? See, the most important thing is you gotta want it more than anybody else. You gotta want it more than me. You gotta want it more than the guy in front of you. You gotta want it more than your parents. See, because if your parents want it more than you want it, then you don't want it. They want it. You gotta want to do this. You gotta want to put in the hard work. You gotta want to put in the hard time. Because you know what? It's gonna come down to you. How bad do you want it? See, it goes back to that point of you say you want it bad, but do you really want it? Do you really want it bad? See, some of y'all just say you want it and you think that somebody or something is just gonna fall from the heavens and is gonna give it to you. It don't work like that. It works through hard work. And if you work hard, it'll come. Success will come, but you gotta be willing to put in the hard work. You have to be willing to put in the dedication that it takes to be successful. See, you can't train 2 hours a day and expect to be great. You gotta train, you gotta put in the hours to be successful. And then we have that word called an excuse. An excuse is something that you come up with to make it to where you can't train. See, because you're gonna say, oh, well, I can't do this thing because I got homework. I can't do this thing because I gotta work. Well, let me tell you, there's a whole lot of people out there that's doing their homework. They're going to work. They're putting in the time. They're working hard. They're coming back. They're looking at videos. They're coming back. They're doing push-ups before they go to work. They're doing push-ups while they're at work. They're putting in the hard work. They're putting in the hard time to be successful. It's called dedication. And in your mind, if you say, I can do this thing, you can do it. But you got to put in the time. You got to stop making excuses saying, I don't have time. You got to stop making excuses saying, oh, I'm hurt, I can't train. Oh, you can't say, oh, well, my girlfriend want to go here. See, those are all excuses, and those are all the things that will stop you from being successful. I tell people every day, listen to me. I tell people every day, gold medals are not given. Gold medals are earned. When you walk in that ring, or you walk on that field, or you walk on that court, you got to understand that everybody wants what you want. But are you willing to work hard to get it? Because gold medals are not given, they're earned. They're earned through hard work every day. Every day. Hard work beats talent. See, there's people out there that have talent. Steven Lopez got talent, but he works hard. See, everybody thinks that if you got talent, you don't have to work hard. But if you want to be successful, you got to work hard. See, because talent is only going to get you so far. Hard work is going to put you over the top. That's why I tell you, gold medals are not given, they're earned. Championships are not given to you, they're earned. To be successful, hear me out, to be successful, you got to work hard. You have to be willing to give up sleep. You have to be willing to get up in the morning and run 10 miles. You got to have the discipline to say, well, it's cold, but I'm still going to get up and run. I'm still going to get out this warm bed, and I'm going to do what it takes for me to be successful. I am willing to give up sleep. I have a good friend, his name is Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis is probably one of the best wrestling coaches in the United States. And Sean Lewis told me years ago, he said, no one trains harder than I. No one. He said, every day you need to tell that to yourself. And he said, when you become a coach, you need to tell that to your players. And they need to understand that every day they come to practice, no one should out-train them. No one should train harder than them. They have to understand that no one trains harder than I. Now, who want to be successful? Who want to be great? Who want to be a champion? Who want to earn a gold medal? Who's willing to sacrifice the time? Who's willing to give up the sleep to be successful? And if you take all these things and you put them together and you work hard and you put in that work and you put in that time, success is on its way. Remember, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful.